Hi, I'm Leanna. I am the inventor and founder of Tooktake dosage reminder labels. Our mission here at Tooktake is to help people stick to the commitments that they make to get well and stay well. And we know that's not always with a prescription or over-the-counter medication. Sometimes it's just vitamins and supplements. Whatever it is that you feel that you need that helps you make you feel your best, we're here to support your efforts. Now let me tell you a little about how Tooktake works. Tooktake comes in 3 forms right now. We have Tooktake daily labels, Tooktake hourly, and Tooktake 7 to 10 day, which is great for antibiotics. And the way Tooktake works is each pack comes with 4 of these labels. You simply pull the label off of the backing sheet, like that, and you take your medication bottle and you stick it right on the bottle. Boom, you're done, ready to go. Then when you go to take it on the first day, this is a daily label, so if I'm taking it on Monday morning, I just lift up this little tab, it's perforated, pull it off, and I know I've taken it. I tend to stick them on the top of the bottle when I'm done using them, so it's a second way to just make sure that I see that I've taken it. If you look at your bottle in the morning and you see that the label's still there, you know you still need to take it. If you take your medication once a day, you go down from the top to the bottom, Monday through Sunday, and then you start on the other side the next week. So each label lasts for 2 weeks, each pack lasts for 2 months of the daily labels. If you take your medication twice a day, we suggest you use the lighter side for your morning dose, and then in the evening you do the same thing. So Monday evening, I would just go to the darker side, pull off the Monday tab, and then I know I took my evening dose as well. Super simple, but my favorite thing about Tooktake is that Tooktake works on everything, and there's nothing else out there that does that. Because not all medication or things that you use to get and stay well are pills. In fact, a lot of them aren't. Cough syrup, especially for kids, perfect for our hourly label. There's a spot right on here where you can write if it's every 4 or 6 hours. Small bottles, no problem, funny shapes, wraps right around. Lotions and creams, especially things for all kinds of skin conditions, they need to be used twice a day. Labels are great, it goes right on the tube. Even things like allergy medicine. You just want to keep track of it, know if you took it, know if you gave it to your kid. People even started using it on things like collagen powders. Just to start to build the habit. You don't have to use it forever, but Tooktake really helps you build a healthy habit. Tooktake launched in mid-2019, and I invented Tooktake after my own treatment for breast cancer that I was in treatment in all of 2018 for. And during that time, I couldn't find anything that I could use to help me and my family keep track of all of the medications I had for my side effects. Until now, most reminder systems have been designed with the elderly in mind. They're big and they're clunky and they make you feel old or ill. And they only work on pills. Not Tooktake. Tooktake works for everything, for all ages, and it's meant to make people feel good about taking care of themselves. There are 4.8 billion prescriptions written every year for people, and of those, 70% of them are not taken as directed. So it's a big problem, and that's just prescription medications. That's not counting supplements and over-the-counter medications, all the things that people take every day. And they're not working as well as they should have in keeping people as healthy as they can because people simply aren't following the directions. In fact, 125,000 people a year die because of medication non-adherence. They don't take their medication as directed and they end up in emergency rooms or hospitals and they lose their life just because they couldn't remember to take their medication the way they were supposed to. Since launching Tooktake, we've received our utility patent and our trademark. We've also received amazing accolades from doctors, pharmacists, and nurses who all really appreciate having something that they could suggest to their patients of all ages to use to help them take their medications as directed. We've also been featured in Real Simple magazine, and in April we're going to be in Parents magazine. I'm super excited about the future of Tooktake. We started right before the pandemic. We were talking to a lot of pharmacies so we could be on the counter in every pharmacy in the country so people could pick up Tooktake right when they're getting their medications. But then the pandemic hit and things closed down, so we had to put that on hold for a while, and we've been on our website. But through that, we've gotten a lot of really amazing, great feedback from people, and we've realized that Tooktake is much bigger than just prescription medications. People want Tooktake wherever they get anything for wellness. They want to be able to get it so that they can support their healthy habits. We've also learned that pets are a huge market for Tooktake. Pet owners care about their pets just as much as their kids, their parents, their family, their friends, and they want to take care of them and they want to keep them healthy. And that's super hard when there's multiple caregivers for a pet and a pet can't tell you if they already took something. Thanks for letting me tell you more about Tooktake, and I look forward to answering your questions.
Hi, I'm Ora of Ora's Amazing Herbal. We make herbal infused skincare for the whole family. Thank you so much for having us. Thank you for being here. Our mission is to empower women and their families through self-care, one moment at a time, because we know that moment is often all we have. We're a really great company. We care about the earth. You can see that through our packaging. We care about our community. You can see that through the programs we run. We are a woman-owned company and family-run. We manufacture our own products right here in Englewood, New Jersey. Come on by and visit when the pandemic is over if you're nearby. We are growing rapidly. We were recently in an article in Real Simple magazine, which is super exciting for us, and they featured our top product, Touchy Skin Salve, which was the first product I made for my daughter's eczema. That was how the whole thing started. So that was what Real Simple wrote about. And we've been seeing tremendous growth since that article came out. We have seen an increase in sales of 400% on our website since that article came out early January. So that's very exciting. We'd love to talk more about our products today and to talk about the business opportunities that we're looking for. Touchy Skin Salve, our first product, and the one that was in that article, Touchy Skin Salve. It's an herbal salve. We make it by infusing calendula, comfrey, plantain, St. John's wort, thyme, burdock, and licorice root in non-GMO Italian grapeseed oil, and it makes an ointment. We blend that with organic coconut oil, castor oil, and a little bit of vitamin E, and that's all that's in this product. We like to use it twice a day for eczema on soft skin, preferably right after the bath. Obviously that doesn't happen twice a day, but we try to apply it twice a day, and then we alternate it with other of our moisturizing products because we find that varying textures when managing eczema is very helpful. This product is available in a 4-ounce and a 1-ounce, and it's one of our top salves. We make a whole variety of salves. One of the other top-selling salves we make is Tattoo Salve. This one is calendula, comfrey, plantain, St. John's wort, thyme, and burdock, but it does not have any licorice root because it's not necessary in this formula. It has tea tree, rosemary, and cedar leaf essential oils, and organic coconut oil and vitamin E. This product does very well for tattoo aftercare as well as a general salve for feet, for elbows, for makeup removal, for pretty much anything. Those are our top 2 salves. The next category I would like to speak with you about surprises many people because it's a body powder, talc-free body powder. Blissful Earth talc-free body powder has a matching body oil, as you can see behind me. So our body powder, what's unique about our body powders is that they are corn-free. You can find natural body powders these days that are talc-free, but it's hard to find one that's corn and grain-free. And it's especially hard to find one from a small company that's eco-friendly and socially conscious that can make large orders, that can make large batches. We recently invested in automation, and we are now able to take large orders for our body powders. We have 4 different scents. So bring it on. It's very exciting. We started in 2012. We doubled the first few years, as one does when they are first beginning. In 2019, we finally reached $1 million in revenue from sales. That was very exciting. The next year, we increased by 50%. And then so far in 2021, we've increased on our web sales by 400% and overall about 200%. So it's pretty incredible and very exciting. As of now, we're not in any distribution. We sell mostly online, not as much in retail. The retail partners that we do have, we ship direct, and that is definitely a growing area for us, and we're definitely interested in reaching out more that way. We seem to do really well in stores that customers can ask questions to people in the store because we're a newer brand. So that is what we're looking for. We're looking for distributors, we're looking for small chains, we're looking for businesses that interact with their customers a good amount, boutiques, we do very well, spas, nail salons. We have our unscented body butter is doing tremendously well in nail salons, as well as our all-purpose salve is doing really well in nail salons. So all of those sort of businesses do really well with our brand. We'd love to talk to you. Of course, we're open to all opportunities that make sense, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, I'm Asa DePietro, the founder of Miami Beach Bum, and I launched this baby in June of 2019. As a marine scientist, the ocean is a part of my ritual. To me, self-care means kiteboarding, diving, and taking care of my body. But from constantly being in wet bathing suits, I developed folliculitis rashes on my bum, also known as butt acne. Unable to find a natural solution, I used my background in science to formulate my own. Pairing oregano with aloe, our signature bum and body cream came to be, with the mission of bringing one's skin health to the forefront of self-care. Since launching, Miami Beach Bum has evolved into a full vegan collection of products. I hope Miami Beach Bum can become a part of everyone's unique ritual and bring balance to their skin, life, and the environment. Our mission is to make women feel comfortable and confident in their skin naturally. Our problem-solving products are one-step essentials that are formulated to promote healthy skin and hair, giving you more time to focus on your self-care ritual beyond just the products that you use. Our best seller is our signature bum and body cream. It is mindfully made to balance the microflora in your skin's microbiome and fortify your skin's barrier for good skin health. Razor burn, bum acne, KP, dry, dull, unhealthy skin, I could go on, have finally met their match. Key ingredients include oregano, aloe, and jojoba oil. The pH is 5 to 5.5. Packaging is made from post-consumer waste, and as always, is vegan, cruelty-free, 100% made in the USA, with fair labor standards and the least environmental impact. All of the products in our collection are essential to my minimalist self-care routine. Other top-selling products include our 3-in-1 face and body spritzer, Reef Safe Leave-In hair conditioner, natural bug repellent, and face creams. Our Ski Bum face cream launched this past winter. Formulated with hyaluronic acid, squalane, aloe, calendula, and basil, I now come home from my ski trips without dry, red, or damaged skin. Since launching, we have acquired 10,000 customers online with a 20% returning customer rate. In 2021, we are growing 50% month over month and have moved 30,000 units to date. We are on track to move over 120,000 units this year and do $2 million plus in revenue. Our focus is scaling our sales channels and cultivating a loyal customer base. Beyond the USA, we are penetrating key international markets like Canada, the UK, and the EU. And we currently have a big opportunity in Australia. Most exciting for our team, we recently moved our headquarters to Sunset Harbor in Miami Beach. Here we have our office and showroom, and we are cultivating a community of collaborative businesswomen in Miami. So if you are ever in town, please stop by and say hi.
Hi everyone, I'm Tammy Ball, licensed esthetician and director of education for Acure. Thank you so much for inviting us to participate in Founder Made's Beauty and Wellness virtual event. We're super excited to be here. And today we want to share with you a little overview and background as far as Acure as a brand, some of our top sellers, and then some of our new products that have recently launched. So we've got 3 top sellers and then 3 of the new items, which is super awesome because I've just been recently using them on my own skin and they're all amazing. And a little background as far as Acure, if you're not familiar with our company, we are 100% vegan. We also are food and plant-based with our ingredient panel, so offering a better for you beauty option and solution when it comes to ingredients and how they perform on your skin. Also, our mission is to take skin and hair from blah to brilliant by boosting their performance with powerful combinations of amazing ingredients. So that speaks further to our commitment to providing the consumer with food and plant-based actives that work and recognize results and also are very healthy for application to skin, hair, and body care. We also have 2 different organizations that we support and sponsor. One is Unite for Her. It's our brightening collection. We donate 10 cents per unit of our brightening day cream and night cream sales to Unite for Her's efforts. And they are local to Philadelphia and specifically work with breast cancer patients. And then on the West Coast in San Francisco, we work with Turning Green. And this organization is really partnering with youth in transitioning from conventional to conscious choices. And we, I believe, have been partners with Turning Green since the inception of Acure. So again, Unite for Her and Turning Green are 2 organizations that we support and sponsor. And then third, our newest is TerraCycle. So this is a partnership that we established almost a year ago, last spring. And this ensures that all Acure packaging is 100% recyclable. So super cool. So if you want to check out their program online, it is TerraCycle, and it's 4 easy steps. You join the program, you collect all your recyclables. They have free shipping labels, so you basically print off the shipping label and then ship off everything to them. And then they make sure that everything is recycled from there. So super cool, and just really awesome that we've been able to partner with them within the past year. And then I want to share with you today our 3 top sellers, and then also some of our new products. So I'm going to begin with our brightening facial scrub. This is what we call our gateway product, and I would say most people that have used Acure are probably familiar with using this. It is a weekly treatment, so we recommend using it 2 to 3 times per week, and it does refine and polish your skin through dehydrated lemon peel, and then also partnered with a finely ground walnut flour or powder. So creates a rounded sphere or particle that is very gentle yet effective on your skin. Also helps your other products to work better. The Essentials Argan Oil is 100% argan oil. It's from Morocco. It is USDA certified organic. I'm gonna say it's 99% certified organic, and it has a high essential fat content and vitamin E. So it's especially great for problematic skin and really all skin types. You can also use it on skin, hair, and body. And then third is our ultra hydrating shampoo and conditioner. So these are great as a set to address moisture balance for drier hair types, maybe curly hair, wavy hair, and then also thinning hair and hair loss because it does contain pumpkin seed as well. So that's in our everyday hair care collection. And then as far as new items, so there are 3 that I have to share tonight. Doing this in the evening actually, and Radically Rejuvenating Niacinamide Serum. So I've used all of these in the past week or so, and they're all amazing. This would be applied during the day. This is a 10% niacinamide concentration. Niacinamide as an ingredient is a B3, and it helps with overall circulation. So it helps with getting nutrition to your skin. So you apply that under your moisturizer in the daytime. Radically Rejuvenating Bakuchiol overnight treatment. So this is going to be a 2% bakuchiol, which is a plant-based alternative to retinol, and using this in the evening when your skin repairs. And then third, and my most favorite, is the resurfacing amino acid serum. So I've used this, and it's a 10% amino acid concentration, so it helps boost skin hydration and then refines the texture and smooths and illuminates your skin like the rest of the resurfacing collection. So pretty awesome, and those are the 3 newest items that we have launched. So really awesome ingredient panel, super trending in the industry right now: bakuchiol, amino acid, and niacinamide. So thank you again for inviting us to participate in Founder Made's Beauty and Wellness virtual event, and we're super excited to be here, and thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Danny Everson, a proud salon owner for 10 years and a spa owner for 4. When I started my skincare studio, I thought it would be just like running a salon. What I found out was there's so many more layers to it. Ending a relaxing service with a guest only to bombard them with a new 5-step ritual was daunting and confusing to both our estheticians and guests. Eventually, clients would forget the steps or they'd give up entirely and frequently didn't return to our studio because of it. This challenge wasn't unique to us. Nearly 70% of all spa clients don't return after their first visit, not because the service was bad, but because they didn't have that personalized support once they left the spa and got back to their normal routine. Many spas and studios struggle with keeping clients engaged and informed in between appointments. Texting new product recommendations only takes you so far. So I created an app that would help any spa or skincare studio stay connected with their customers, even when they're not in your space. Skinforyou is the first customer relationship tool to create loyalty and trust. We're personalizing skincare by allowing customers to message their estheticians, give real-time feedback on how their skin is responding to products, and receive recommendations for new products. No longer do estheticians have to make the decision to give out their phone number, and guests don't have to hesitate whether or not to reach out with questions. Clients can use a skincare diary to track results, receive product suggestions or edits based on how their skin responds, and earn rewards to keep them coming back. With the unique challenges this pandemic has created for our industry, it's more important than ever for estheticians to stay connected, maintain the relationships they work so hard to create, and be able to use the skills and training in a more effective way. For spa and studio guests, this app delivers an esthetician in your pocket with a seamless experience to easily track your skincare routine and make changes based on your personal skin needs. This is Skinforyou.
My co-founder Meredith and I met training for the New York City Marathon in 2007. We really liked working out together, so we kept meeting up almost every day, even after the race was over. We realized though that we were planning our workouts around our hair. We couldn't get that sweaty if we didn't have time to do a full in-shower shampoo and blow dry afterwards. This really frustrated us, and we tried every product on the market. Dry shampoos, quick dry products, you name it. We spent about the next decade and a half complaining about it, and finally, in 2019, we took matters into our own hands and started reaching out to labs to see if any of them could bring our dream product to life. Something that could let you clean your hair out of the shower quickly, but actually clean it.
One of the questions we are frequently asked is what is the difference between SWAIR's showerless shampoo and traditional dry shampoos? SWAIR's showerless shampoo actively cleans your hair. When you spray showerless shampoo in your hair, it loosens the dirt from your hair follicles, and then by towel drying, you remove the dirt, sweat, and daily grime from your hair. Dry shampoos, on the other hand, do not actually clean your hair. Rather, you're adding unwanted chemicals to make your hair appear less dirty, and these chemicals can often be damaging to your hair. Powder-based dry shampoos can leave you with your hair with residue or with the pasty texture, and alcohol-based dry shampoos can dry your hair of its natural oils, which can often lead to brittle or dry hair.
SWAIR is made from clean, high-quality ingredients. We're really proud that our formula is vegan, cruelty-free, and free of any harsh ingredients that can cause damage to your body or your hair. One thing that we're especially proud of is the water conservation that goes along with using a showerless shampoo. If you ditch 2 in-shower shampoos a week and transition to showerless shampoo, you're saving over 300 gallons of water a year. That's really impactful.
We want to create revolutionary hair products for people who work out, rather than create products that you may already have in your gym bag or in your bathroom. We really want to focus on innovative products that are either time-saving or multitasking. We have some really exciting things in the work, and one of the best part of being a small business is that we can really focus on the customer and their needs, and it's exciting to find out what our customers are looking for next that they can add to their routine.
Welcome back from the product showcase portion of the day. Danny, Carrie, Leanna, take yourselves off mute. We're gonna jump in. I'm so excited. That was awesome. And by the way, I was watching the chat and people are like, how do I get SWAIR? I love Miami Beach Bum, love Aura. Like, I mean, everyone, all of you in different ways were getting different comments. So if you haven't already checked out the chat for a little ego boost, like you got a ton of ego boost in there, and people asking to order or they already have and they want more. How's everyone doing?
Good. Right.
It was so fun. It was so fun because I you know what, Leanna, your story at the beginning and your journey through cancer, I mean, is, you know,
people have such incredible stories. I did a little research before, or a ton of research before really, and did a deep dive on everyone's LinkedIn brands. And to be able to be here with all of you and have such incredible powerhouse women in one place who have had inspiring journeys. This is what this session is going to be about. We obviously got to see you in your bathrooms, doing product demos and everything else. But this is where, all of you listeners out there are going to get the opportunity to ask all those hard questions about the journey that these women have been on, questions about how they got it off the ground and where they're going. So keep the questions coming. We love hearing from you. Let's jump in. So I'd love to actually do the deep dive on your backgrounds and your stories. Everyone has one. Let's start with you, Aura. Aura, let's start with you, and then we're gonna go around because all of you have such great stories. But let's start with you.
Just my story?
Yes, please.
Okay. My daughter developed eczema. And I took her to the doctor, and he wanted to put her on prescription medications right away. And I was kind of, I have a background in biology and in nutrition, and I kind of knew that that didn't have to be my first line of defense. So I just consulted with some herbalists, some really well-trained and amazing herbalists, women that I have in my network. And I learned how to make a salve, and I never had to fill those prescriptions. And I really discovered that I love making skincare products for people and seeing them experience them and having their life improved because of them. And especially when they make the switch to natural skincare because of a product I made. So I just discovered a love for the craft, and it started from there.
That's awesome. And by the way, I am unfortunately I don't want to say victim, but I have eczema. So this is something that really resonates. Every one of you, your products do resonate in different ways. But let's keep going. So Issa, would love to jump into yours and just walk us through it.
Yeah. So my background's in marine science, and I live here in Miami. And to me, self-care is really more about the movement and sports and less about the products that I use. So constantly kind of being in the water, diving, kiteboarding, and always in a wet bathing suit. I suffered from, sort of embarrassing, the worst folliculitis rashes on my butt constantly. And I tried a lot of different products. I don't like using chemical products or pharmaceuticals. So I started to kind of play around with different herbs that could really curb this problem. I know oregano, when you ingest it, it's super good for the flu and kind of kicking any bacteria or fungus or anything that you have. So I started using it topically, and that's really how Miami Beach Balm came to be. It was this topical solution, and I'm more of a beach girl and always in the ocean, but our product is really aimed at balancing the microflora in your skin's microbiome. So what's really exciting is that people all over the country, all over the world can really uniquely apply this product to different skin issues they have, even if it's just some extra hydration.
And I literally remember sitting with you in Miami and having you have such a unique background. And to me also as a Florida girl, it totally resonates. Christy, can we hear your background?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Founder Made. This is so exciting to be a part of these amazing founders, and so appreciate, the whole entire Founder Made team supporting us on this platform. Though I'm not the founder, I do have a lot of background. I've been with Acure for about 10 years since inception. John Guerra, CEO, and his wife, Christy Guerra, founders, started Acure as they were intent on creating a brand that was cleanly formulated, chock full of natural ingredients, as well as organic and plant-derived ingredients that they deemed safe for topical use. We were also founded on sustainable principles to provide the highest quality skincare, personal care products. Proud to make better for you, clean beauty that everyone can enjoy. Each of our products is 100% vegan, which we take a lot of pride in, free from animal testing, parabens, and sulfates. We believe that products should be pure, simple, and effective to help your skin truly perform. So we've done a lot of the dirty work and the research to formulate based on clean formulas, efficacy, and price point that seems to be affordable for most. We got our start as a skincare brand almost 10 years ago, then launched body care to include body lotion, body wash, and then followed by a 2-year time period where we formulated hair care, 95 formulations later, to perfect some amazing products that continue to perform as our top sellers currently. And our mission statement, because it's very important for, John and Christy Guerra, but our mission statement is to take hair from blah to brilliant by boosting their performance with powerful combinations of amazing ingredients. And we've done that and have an amazing following, well-established clientele.
By the way, thanks for that. And Carrie, so just to kick this off, I want a chat that came in. This is literally my dream product. After my first Soul Cycle class, I said that if I could create one product, it would be this. So excited. That was a note from Tanya Mann, who's listening in. And the whole time I've been seeing you smile. I know you're, I can't, let's hear yours.
Sure. Thanks, Tanya. I feel ya. So my co-founder Meredith and I, we met back in 2007 training for a marathon, and we had a gripe that for over a decade before we did anything about it. Here we are 14 years later, finally launched, but we would work out either in the morning or the evening and have some place to be quickly, whether it was the office or happy hour. And, if you're breaking a serious sweat, like dry shampoo is a great product. It has some ingredients that we'll leave for a different conversation, but it's a great product and it takes care of a little bit of sweat. But there's dry shampoo, and then there's a full wash and dry, which if you're running to the office, if you want to meet your friends at happy hour, adding that at least 30 minutes for an in-shower shampoo and then a proper blow dry. Why was there no middle ground? We were so frustrated. We're like, why can we not clean really sweaty hair quickly? So like I said, we just complained about it for a really, really long time. And then late in 2019, we got serious and we're like, there's other people that want this, as we're seeing in the chat, which is so awesome. And we started reaching out to labs, and we had a really extensive list, and we're total beauty newbies at the time, and we're still learning so much every day. But we literally went in our bathrooms and looked at our products and saw what all of the no lists were. And we just combined them into a master no list. We're like, people don't want this. We don't really know what it was at the time, but we brought that list to a lab and we're like, we need to make this product. It can't have alcohol. It can't have parabens. It can't have sulfates. It can't have formaldehydes. We don't want it to be aerosol. What can you do? And most of them just laughed in our face, but we did find an amazing partner to help us bring this product to life. And we're so happy to be giving women and men, and my kids use it, an opportunity to actually be able to clean their hair quickly. We do feel like it's such a game changer. We think we're bringing a new category to market. We just launched in September, so we find it so valuable to be here with other founders and other people in the industry just to get their reaction and their advice and their opinions. So we're just so excited.
It's so awesome. Congratulations. And speaking of hair products and people who really know hair products, Danny, I know you came from the space. I'd love to hear your background.
Yeah, I've been a hairstylist for 19 years. I became a salon owner about 10 years ago, and it was amazing. And we got the opportunity to open up a second location. And when we did, the space next to us dropped out and they were supposed to do skincare, and we just kind of took over their space. And I was like, how hard can it be? Skincare is so similar to hair care. And I was wrong. Very quickly, I learned it's a different world. Trying to tell somebody to use shampoo and conditioner, it's super intuitive. I can tell my guests to use it. They don't text me in between appointments asking how. However, when estheticians were telling guests, okay, after this hour-long service, you're super relaxed, wake up. Now I want to tell you all these products to use a mask twice a week, an exfoliant twice a week, a retinol twice a week. I had so many sticky notes around my house trying to explain to me what to use because I'm such a skincare junkie. I was like, unless it lives on my bathroom counter like an everyday product, if it went into a cabinet because it was a more active ingredient product, I would probably use it for the first month. And then after, I would just kind of get off a routine. And I was like, nobody else, there's no consistent, cohesive way that any of my estheticians were giving out advice to their guests. Some would put it on a Post-it, some would text, some would just wait until their clients came back the next time. But there was no consistency in this, and I was asking other friends and other spas. So then I looked at it to see if I can download an app, just because me as a consumer, I wanted to be a little bit more empowered about my skincare, and I could not find anything. And I was like, oh heck, I'll just make it. So it's been almost 3 years in the process that I've been making this app that basically is going to be an esthetician in your pocket.
But awesome. Also, the men out there, I've gotten texts from male friends who are like, you're a girl, you know probably what to do with skin. Like, what should I be using? So just as I'm sure you're thinking about that. And I know a long list of men who would be really excited to download your app. So we'll get to that. But moving on, so entrepreneurship is not an easy road. And also, having been at the inception with even our journey with Founder Made, right? Like there's just times that that are real challenges, but that also in that moment of challenge can be a defining moment for the direction of your product and become a real, stepping stone or backbone in what direction you really take. So I'd actually love to talk about a moment of struggle that really defined the path and that gave you the backbone to really push forward, and that even might be defining the brand itself. And if we can just start with Christy or even Ora, anyone who wants to jump in first.
I'm happy to share. I think for us, we've been in business for 10 years. And I think one of the stumbling blocks for us was managing our popularity and growth early on. And we're seeing a repeat of that after a year of pandemic. 2020 was one of the most difficult years in trying to navigate uncertainty and change that kept coming back at us in different ways. And I would say that, being an extremely unusual year, responding to the changing landscape quickly and fluidly was a bit of a struggle. But we did continue to rely on our suppliers, manufacturers, fulfillment to work in tandem, to keep raw materials, packaging, components, shipments moving effectively. So I think overall, we had one of the best years that we've had in several years. So we're very, very grateful for that, because all the uncertainty, especially between, all of the channels not working cohesively together, was definitely difficult.
Yeah, and we'd love to hear from you, Ora. Same thing.
Yeah, we also, we manufacture also in-house our own products. So when the pandemic hit, it was also very like, what are we going to do? And although we're manufacturers, so we're essential, but everyone needed to quarantine because we were in a big hotspot. So what we did is we brought in our teenagers and we just actually made our own products for the whole summer. We just got everyone out of bed and come on, we're making product. And, it's a family business. So it was actually very empowering to see that, we can do it. It's fine.
I mean, sometimes it really does take a village, right? And you pull in hands when you're in time of need. It's like oxygen, right? You choose to breathe. Asa, would love to hear from you.
Yeah, I think kind of similar to what Carrie said. When I started this, I've never done it before, so I didn't have a supply chain set up. But I think it was really kind of like a beautiful struggle to know the values that you want, and because you don't have any existing relationships, you can kind of shop around and say, I'm going to use, I'm going to source from these farms, and I'm going to use this contract manufacturer, and I'm going to use this packaging company who's in New Jersey, luckily not China, and really kind of do your organization. And while it wasn't as turnkey, we were really able to create something that reflected our value systems that I wanted Miami Beach Bum to have. So it was a struggle, but it was actually something really rewarding to set up. And then internally also building out a team, like as you're growing and you can't do everything, and and finding people, and are they the right people? I do have to say we're really happy with our team and our partners right now, though. So it's been a struggle, but it's been so rewarding to kind of put it all together.
Yeah, people are everything. Leanna, you obviously covered a bit of your personal struggle and how it defined your product. I mean, we'd love to have you expand on that a bit more.
Yeah, I mean, going through breast cancer for a year was really hard, but then being a new entrepreneur when the pandemic hit was really hard. Different than breast cancer treatment, but still It was a struggle, but I think because I was so excited to be well again, and because I think I was excited about Tooktake and what it could bring to people and help them stay well. So that's kept me going, and I think it's been really exciting. I've learned a lot. I think, you know, the struggles we had during the pandemic were actually really good for us because I think I started out like all entrepreneurs that like, you know, build it and they will come, and found out that wasn't exactly the case. So it's been good for us to have to slow down and really look at things and talk to our customers and find out more about what they want. But we're ready now to like get out there.
Yeah, well, it's funny, like when the pandemic hit, they say or moments of adversity are the impetus for entrepreneurship, right?
Definitely.
Let's talk to Danny. I know this app came out during pandemic, and I'm sure the learnings have been abound, but would love to hear how that was for you.
Yeah, I mean, the idea started in 2018 and it was supposed to launch in 2020. But 2020, everything was so chaotic that the development team that had been working on the app for 2 years basically just couldn't work on the app anymore. So they had to drop me as a project. And that was while both my salons were shut down. I think I had 48 employees. It was just like crazy. So what I had to do is find a new company to do the development of the app from square one. And what I found was it made us stronger because I was able to take all those years of research and all the ideas that maybe wasn't able to be in the old app. And I pivoted and we were able to come out of it, I think, with a better product. We added features like there's going to be virtual consults. So if you are not able to go to your esthetician because you're not comfortable, or maybe you have moved, or maybe you follow somebody in North Carolina and you live in California, you're able to do a virtual consult directly through the app. We also pivoted one more time and we're making a shoppable website for people that maybe don't have an esthetician relationship yet, but they want to have hyper personalization for their skincare routine. They can take a curated quiz. It will tell you what products you can use. And we'll have a team of estheticians on board to answer any questions, but to also connect you with a local esthetician if you want to.
That's huge, by the way, right? Like it does make you think differently. Carrie, most people rely on, things like this, Founder Made trade shows, right? To get the product off the ground or do something in live, especially a touch feel. How has it been for you?
Yeah, having launched in September in the middle of the pandemic has been really challenging to get a new product out there and to get brand awareness. Obviously, there was, a lot of talk in the beginning of the pandemic that online advertising became less expensive just because people started, pulling back their funds. But then, as the floodgates kind of reopened and people saw what was going to work in beauty, a lot of hair care brands and skin brands, started putting out digital ads, and that became really expensive again. So it wasn't something that we could totally rely on. So we've been really trying to be creative with partnerships with different studios and different trainers that were doing online workouts, working with them to, either sponsor a workout that normally people would pay for, and then it became free because it was sponsored by SWAIR. And we would have an opportunity at the beginning or the end of class just to, give a little demo similar to what you saw at the end of our little video. So we've had to be creative. And I think, there's pros and cons, definitely a silver lining of working with our particular, either if it's like a micro influencer who had a big following that was doing their workouts on Instagram Live, or a more formal platform with the studio that had become virtual, really be able to connect with the individual communities. It was kind of smaller scale than what we had envisioned for our outreach to be, but we really had some nice connections and people that we, chat online with, instructors that, now we're diehard fans of their class and what they do. So like everybody else, we've had to pivot, get a lot more creative. And I think that, while the breadth of getting the brand out isn't as big as we had hoped, and, we're still small, so we're considering this our ramp up period, I think the depth of our connections and our relationships really surpasses what we envisioned. So it's exciting.
Wait, that's incredible and super creative in terms of how you really approach partnerships. I'd love to talk about innovation and what it really means to you. I mean, one of our pillars is being segment defining and really coming in and doing something different. How do you use it when approaching what direction to take your brand? Let's start with you, Ora.
It's funny because people ask me all the time, well, how did you, come up with these formulas? And, the truth is they're not new. They're thousands of years old. So it's not actually innovation. It's just kind of harnessing wisdom and channeling it. So I feel like innovation is, it is new because it's new for me and it's new the way I'm doing it. And obviously the brand and the products are new, but I think that, learning from other people is smart. Yeah, that's pretty much, and I also, really learning from other people is how we develop new products. We always have customers saying, oh, what about, what if you made something like this? Or I love the way this smells. Could you make it in an oil? Or I love the way this smells. Could you make it in a powder to match? Or things like that. So that's how we develop our products, mainly is customer need.
Absolutely.
That's fun.
Christy, what about you? I mean, you have such an array of products. I'd love to hear from your perspective.
Yeah, we do. We actually manufacture close to, I think, 120, 130 products using third-party manufacturers. And I would say first and foremost, we've done a really good job of listening to our consumers over the years. We're not afraid to try new things. And we're also not afraid to discontinue products that don't seem to be resonating with the customer. And it's not easy being a 10-year-old brand and sustaining for that long. So we've had to be quick to, pivot into new ingredients. We use amazing tried and true base formulas, and then we build from there. And we add, fun, trendy, effective ingredients such as bakuchiol. That's been a huge buzzword the last couple of years, niacinamide. So we definitely evolve as a brand, and we continue to stay relevant and current based on what the consumer is buying, where we do a lot of back-end research. We're not a big company and we don't have a lot of, internal means and staff, but our owner, CEO John Guerra, is a chemist. And so he loves playing in the lab. And he's at the helm of formulating for us. So we're really fortunate to have someone leading our company that knows skincare and knows, chemical ingredients to stay away from things that are not tried and true, natural ingredient formulations for our brand.
Love that. And then Leanna, would love to hear from you the same thing, but it's such a integral part, like taking your medicine every day or taking your vitamins every day is so important to your health. So would love to hear how, you think about innovation.
For us, it's been really interesting because when, I didn't set out to invent Tooktake, but then once I developed the system and it worked so well, I wanted to share it. But when I really started researching it, all of the products I was finding were really designed for the elderly or really sick people. And that wasn't what I was, but I still needed help. I still, we all have that thing. You go to pick something up, vitamins or your medication. You're like, did I take that today or was that yesterday? And I didn't want to feel sick. I didn't want to feel like I had this label that I was ill because I had this dusty old pill box I carried around with me. So for us, it's just been coming out of things. What would I want? What would I want as a younger person who just needs to take something? And so many of my friends, when I first started it, I would give them samples and say, can you try this out if you take a vitamin? They're like, oh, I actually take thyroid medication or I take these things. And I had no idea because people keep it so secret. So it's been really great to create a product for all these people that have been ignored in this category.
Love that, by the way. And being open to that kind of feedback as you ideate too is so great.
Yeah, the customers have been amazing, especially sharing how they use it with their pets. We're, expanding into that category. They have different dosing than people a lot of times. So it's been so helpful.
Totally. I mean, that pet category is growing crazy. Asa, let's jump to you. I mean, skincare at large, we're sitting in beauty. We see a ton of skincare brands. I have plenty of calls with skincare brands. Some might say the category is oversaturated. What differentiates Miami Beach Bum? You're on mute. Yep.
Skincare is definitely oversaturated. I think a big key for us has been authenticity, and our messaging and branding and really our formulation. Kind of what Oras said, some of these things they've been, using herbs on your skin have been around forever, but they've somehow really dropped out of this mainstream beauty market we have where people are using things, but they're the wrong pH or the wrong ingredients. And even if people are choosing things with cleaner ingredients, they're missing why. Like
what is that composition of my skin, what's going on, and the science behind it. So we've, being a marine scientist with a background in chemistry and engineering, I've really been able to bring that to our formulation. And I think also now we've expanded into skincare and hair care, but starting in body care, back in 2018, 19, I think there was a little bit more of a door opening there. If we just started with face creams, I don't think we would have been as successful. So it's kind of really been authenticity, and also just kind of finding where that niche was and then just going for it.
That's awesome. I mean, authenticity is a theme. It came up in some of the earlier conversations, and that's why I love these conversations, is because we can really meet you, and a lot of the decisions in retail are even made on the decision to work with, you as personalities and your authentic voice in it. And just that is the positioning, right? So jumping into market positioning, we're going to go back to you, Leanna. You're positioning Tooktake as a wellness brand, not a solve for sick people, right? You said that. Can you expand on that a bit more and share on your vision for the brand at large?
Yeah, really, I want Tooktake to help all these people who do need to take something every day, not feel embarrassed and ashamed by it. And I've learned that there's a big group of people that feel like they're pill shamed, especially people with mental health issues, and they don't want to share their problems with their friends and even their family members who could really help them and support them and know when something's going on. So I want Tooktake to be a symbol of wellness and help all these people who really are taking these things to stay well. I mean, I have something I have to take every day to keep my breast cancer away, and I'm not sick currently. It's to keep me well. So that's where that idea came from, is I think there's a lot of people that feel that way, but it's so stigmatized if you're carrying around a prescription bottle. So I want, if you have this Tooktake label on your bottle, for people to know, hey, I'm taking care of myself, whether it's on your vitamins, your collagen powder, your prescription, your allergy meds, just have it be something to help people, especially now with so many people, especially college students, suffering with mental health issues. I've heard from a lot of them that it's been so helpful for them. And then when people see it and they explain what it is, they help them out. Like, people say their roommates will help see that they haven't taken something for the day and point it out to them. And that's so great that they're getting the support that they need to stay well.
It's so true. And right now, more than ever, right? Therapy and mental wellness is huge. And especially also that you're getting that brand loyalty because you're really solving that need. Let's talk about brand loyalty at large, because especially right now in a pandemic where we can't meet in person again, Christy, I'd actually love to hear from you. How are you handling, brand loyalty, and who is that target customer?
Our target customer is literally everyone. Of course, everybody probably says that, but we really have such a diverse range of products, and they really speak to all, as far as offering something for the masses. However, what we currently know about those purchasing our brand are that the Acure customer tends to be someone that's, savvy, interested in trendy new ingredients, knows a bit about ingredients in general, with a high percentage of millennials. But with that said, like, I'm in that, mature category, and this brand really resonates with everyone. We have, teens using our products up to, the mature adult and everything in between, including men. So everyone seems to really, find products that resonate with them. And then we have a strong community following on our social media platforms, primarily engaging in Instagram. But we also participate in reaching consumers through beauty bag commitments. Like, we're in 2 Allure beauty bags this year, and we're just getting ready to enter into an agreement with FabFitFun. And we do several retailer beauty bags that create a platform for exposure for us, unlike any other, because seeding boxes are so huge now that, excuse me, it's definitely a huge part of our marketing abilities. A good portion of our marketing is also spent on digital as well as targeted ads. So we have a great following, but we're just continually building on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then Danny, can we hear the same, target customer and how you're nurturing that, especially with an app? Would love to hear from you.
Yeah, we essentially have 3 target customers. We have skincare brands, we have estheticians and spas, and then we have consumers. So brands that potentially want to just have their brand represented the way it's intended to. So on the app, it could say use 2 pumps of, this specific product, as opposed to maybe someone's been using 4 and thinking that they go through the product, so sparingly. They're like, this doesn't work. It was $130 and do its thing. And so it's just being represented the way that they intended to. So that's one portion of the business. The other is skincare company or spas, estheticians, just anyone that wants to have that further connection to create loyalty, trust with their guest, engagement in between appointments. It's perfect for that. And then also, I've spent the last 2 years so much research and giving all of my hair care clients a survey monkey to be like, hey, let's just see where you are with your skincare and what would you look for. And there's so many age ranges. So somebody that is maybe in their later 50s that potentially have 8 to 10 products, depending on what they are, they might not care about some of the features we have, such as, the diary feature or ingredient finder. Maybe they really do care about, I want push notifications to tell me what product to use, what day, and how much and when. But maybe somebody that's in their early 20s is only using 1 product. They do not need to be reminded what to use, but they really want to gain points and use those points to get samples or full-size products or discounts to go to a spa. So I think we're across the board, really anyone can use it. It just depends on what they're going to want to use it for.
That's awesome. And Aura, same thing. We'd love to hear from you on that question, and especially you have such an assortment. Oh, you're on mute.
There we go. Yeah, we also, we have a tattoo salve, we have baby care, we have eczema care, we have, just face care. We have sensitive skin, we have fragrance free of every category. So we also have just a wide array of target areas. These days we're focusing more on eczema, partly because of the weather. Also, we're just finding so much interest. Like it's really just everyone either has eczema or knows someone who has eczema. And it's miserable. So that's our focus right now, but we have, really a number of targets that, it's almost everyone.
Yeah. So. And by the way, I want to jump to Leanna again, because you mentioned that you work with college students and especially that being the college community, given especially this year, a lot of them are missing classes and everything else. And so, I'm curious to know how you're nurturing your community. And I know it's wide ranging.
For the college students, lately we just started working with a few colleges with their wellness departments, and we sent samples because we find once people try Tooktake, they love it. They get used to it, they share it with friends. So we've really been trying to reach out to them because, one, we want to help the students there, and then it's also been a great hands-on way for them to experience the product. And then our main target right now with social media and everything has really been women from like 20 to 50, but moms are like a big target for us because moms take care of everyone. The kids, the pets, their parents, they're in that, middle sort of sandwich generation, taking care of everybody, their spouses and themselves too. They could use that little tap on the shoulder every day. That's like, hey, did you take care of yourself? Did you take your vitamins? Did you do these things you're trying to do to keep yourself well for everyone? So that's been a big audience for us, but we're really excited to be starting to work with some colleges. And we hope to be in retail in more locations soon so that people can just get it and it becomes part of their habit is they're getting whatever they're using for wellness.
Yeah. And Asa, you're obviously in Miami. Miami is such a phenomenal community, and we're going to talk about your retail store a little bit later. But what are you doing? Like, who is it all female? Is it men? And how are you speaking to that audience and that community to keep them engaged?
Yeah. Right now we're hyper targeting women. Our branding's more feminine. And I feel like my story connects better with women. We do have some men customers though. We have a community manager. We have someone who posts on social, and we really just have even having our customer service, you can call us, you can email us, where a real person is responding to you. So we work really hard, our entire staff, at being personable. And that's also kind of why, as you said, we just opened our office in Sunset Harbor, which is a very walkable retail community surrounded around health and wellness. You have all of your juice bars, your yoga studios. And we have our office in the back, and we're opening a showroom. So you can walk in, you can buy the product, but we also use it to host editors, influencers, or just customers who want to learn more about what our product does. So I think kind of having that FaceTime with people, whoever they are, and all of our staff is really trained to do that, is super important. And then on the internet, being responsive and not automated. No one wants to do a chat where it takes you to your Q&A. You know, if you're taking the time to reach out to us and call us, we're going to give that time back to our customer of speaking to a real person. So that's like, some people tell me just automate, you'll save yourself some time and money. But I think it's so important as a indie skincare brand to build that community and take the time to be a real human to people.
You know, it's interesting. I listened to a podcast on how to be future proof. And they said, you know, everything is about so much will be replaced with coding and engineering and all those hard technical skills that there will be, you know, an over index or an increase in index towards the soft skills, the human skills, the developing the relationship. And if there's something that I keep hearing as a consistency, it's the partnerships, it's those relationships, it's the customer relationships that feed, right? Those relationships are everything. So this actually brings me to a question for you, Katie. Can you tell me about your gateway products and why those remain relevant and popular after almost 10 years?
Was that for me?
It is for you.
We started again as a skincare brand, and our first product ever launched was our brightening facial scrub, as you guys might have seen in the video from Tammy Ball, our licensed esthetician, National Director of Education. And so that was our gateway product, and it continues to be our #1 selling product year over year, hands down, double-digit increases. People love, love, love our scrub. It's a combination of sea kelp, lemon peel, very finely ground, French clay, and Madonna lily. Gives you that brightening, nice, soft, silky finish after you use it. This product is also really gentle for a gentle exfoliation. So most, if not all, skin types can use it 1 to 2 times a week. Again, it's our #1 selling SKU. So it's like, you know, that kind of got people interested in our brand. And the other items that we launched during that period of time, our brightening cleansing gel, our brightening day cream, our brightening night cream, our radically rejuvenating eye cream, those all continue to be pillars for our brand, ranking as top sellers. So I think, you know, when you find something that's working, you stick with that and you build from that. And you know, the innovation and the relevance after 10 years of having that product in our brand and having it be our #1 top selling SKU has, you know, given us a platform to gain exposure for a lot of people. And then also I just wanted to mention that we're in the discovery bag with one of our newer products, our brightening vitamin C jelly mask, which is a combination of vitamin C, ferulic acid, and banana flour. So everybody gets a chance to, you know, try that and use it. It's an amazing new product. We're excited to participate in the bag.
That's awesome. And by the way, that's a great little note right there. As our showcases, a ton of these products are in that box. So if you have that box in hand, pull it out and you can touch and feel and understand truly what we are talking about. Put it on your hands, throw it on your hair, whatever that might be. But shifting forward, I mean, on the topic of hero product, Danny Meyer, if you've ever read the book, he talks about, like, you know, creating something that's rave worthy. And to me, I mean, that can really define what a hero product might be for a brand. Carrie, would love to hear from you, you know, what is your hero product and why do your customers love it?
Yeah, well, that's easy because right now we're just one product. We obviously, the brand, our goal is to be the go-to hair and eventually body care brand for active people. But, you know, in order to have proof of concept and really be able to kind of like lay the groundwork for everything that we're hoping to do, we wanted to, you know, come blazing into the market with something brand new with our showerless shampoo. And we really, you know, and there's so many exciting and challenging things about having a hero product that's completely new to market. You know, how people need to understand when it's used, how it's used. A lot of people, because we call it a dry shampoo alternative quite often, because that's the easiest way for people to understand that it's a quick product, or at least quicker than in the shower. But there's misconceptions that go with that, because people will, think that, oh, it just must be used like a dry shampoo. And then, we're getting some questions about how to use it. So having a hero product, it's easier to secure certain things. Like, people in the press are more, apt to kind of jump on something that they feel like they've never talked about before, that was missing from their own routines. But then on the flip side, if you're banking your business, which we are at the moment, on one product, if you're not communicating that message well, you're risking a lot. So, we're constantly tweaking our message, and it's really just based on customer feedback and press feedback, because they're, just how people are using it differently than how we anticipated. Like, I know we were talking about target markets before, and we've had people reach out saying that, this product was a lifesaver for them when they were recovering from a surgery because they couldn't, get certain parts of their body wet, or people saying that they use it on their kids who fight them on a daily basis about washing their hair. So we're finding out all these exciting use cases, and it's really balancing like how to get our message across to get our brand known versus also communicating these sort of like side angles that are incredibly useful and exciting, but we don't want to kind of muddy the message too much, especially at the very beginning, because if you try and sell to everyone, you kind of end up selling to no one. So it's really remaining focused and continuing to tweak the messaging and the instructions around the product so that everybody can understand it and everybody has a good experience.
That makes so much sense. And let's jump to you, Leanna, because I think like when you are coming out to market and you have maybe one product that you're really defining your voice with, and I'd love to hear from you on your assortment and your hero product and why your customers love it.
I mean, we're similar in that it's one product with 3 variations of it. So our hero products really, the best seller right now is the daily labels, because there's just so many people who are trying to do something every day. But our 7 to 10 day label, which was actually designed more for antibiotics, has been really popular, especially for parents, because all kids' medicine's in liquid form and there's nothing to help you track it. And people, kind of guess, or some people write on the bottle or make a little chart. And this has been so easy that's the one that's probably gotten the most response from parents, is like just being a lifesaver for them. But the dailies are our best seller, because usually once they've tried that, they're like, oh, I'm going to try all of them. They buy our multi-pack and they'll buy all 3. And once they have them, they start to realize all the things that they really do want that little reminder for. And I know a lot of parents have also said they like the daily ones for their kids as well, that they have, a little bit older kids and are trying to get them used to taking care of themselves if they have a medication. And this is a way that they can give that responsibility to their child and still check on them without having to nag them or letting their kids know that they're checking on them. So it teaches responsibility. So that's been something we learned from our customers through the pandemic, through feedback, and it's been really great to hear that.
That's awesome. By the way, hearing that, I just already envision like a Winnie the Pooh Tooktake, or
exactly.
We
want to do like more fun ones too down the line.
Totally. As a kid, I would have loved, and I still would love. By the way, so, Aura, let's hear from you too. So, I mean, you have again such an assortment, so a little bit different here. We'd love to hear from your perspective. Oh, mute again. I know it's tricky.
Actually, my kids are here on Zoom in school, so once in a while they're very, very loud. So I'm thinking about how I want to try Tooktake for my kids. Which question?
On the topic of hero products and why your customers really love it. I know the powder is an example.
Oh, yeah. So one of the things I was actually just thinking while I was listening is that, we've had products that, like, for example, our Touchy Skin Salve, it's an eczema cream. It's not really a cream, it's an ointment, but and we had so many people asking if it was safe for their baby that we made a new label. Actually, on the recommendation of one of our stores that we're in, they were like, why don't you just put a baby salve label on it so that people know, because customers will not buy it if it doesn't say baby on it. I'm like, but it's safe for your baby. It doesn't make sense. They're like, just try it. So I did. And now I have a newborn salve, a baby salve, and the baby salve and the Touchy Skin Salve are the exact same formula. And it's top seller. And that's also true with our tattoo salve and our all-purpose salve. They're both the exact same formula. We're not misleading anyone, and we're very open and transparent about it, but we're just communicating through that label. And our tattoo sub, as soon as we did that, it went through the roof. So it's really all about communication. And we also really try to stay, we don't automate our communication either, because it's important first for customers to hear us personally. It's also important for us to hear customers. So we really do as much of that, connection as possible. At the same time, we do need efficient communication, and we can't speak with every customer. So things like, how to communicate just different specific uses for products. It's really powerful.
Yeah, and last one on this question, and then we're going to move on. Asa, I mean, you have a couple products as well, and they're obviously stunning. So I'm sure your customers love them all. But which one really stands out for your base, and why?
Yeah, I mean, we spend 95% of our marketing money and attention just on our main product, our Bum and Body Cream. And kind of what I was saying before, because it's so niche for us, it solves a problem. So when we're running a Facebook ad, if dry skin face cream doesn't resonate with people as much as razor burn, bum acne, eczema, KP has met its match, and a lot of women want to go more natural, and they want results from their skincare. So it's an easier product to sell because it hits a pain point with our customers. And then when they're getting results in a few days to a few weeks, they're happy and they come back. So that's, we really funnel most of our marketing efforts behind that hero product. And then we're also kind of transitioning, unfortunately for us, as hard as we've tried with our messaging to be, this daily ritual and daily body care and skincare, they look at our branding and people want to put it in their beach bag. So we're falling short somewhere. But we've also launched a line of ski bum products, which I'm sure people are going to think they can only use when they're skiing, to kind of offset that seasonally. So we are also starting to focus on promoting ski bum as well, so that our sales aren't seasonal, which if anyone else is from Miami, it's a problem we tend to have down here. People are seasonal.
And you do booty facials, which sounds, I mean, we did armpit facials at our show where people were literally, doing scrubs on the show floor. I mean, are you doing scrubs on people's butts, or how does that work?
So the booty facial is actually a partnership we have with some spas and estheticians.
Oh.
So we're not actually giving them the booty facial, but we are, spas and estheticians are buying our product and then putting that on their spa menu, because people these days, I mean, body care is exploding. People don't just want to take care of their face, they want to take care of their whole body. And a lot of people have folliculitis and acne and problem skin in other places. So we found that it's a super fun way to collaborate with some smaller estheticians and spas, and it's nice. And we usually always tell them make sure that you're giving them the jar to take home so that it's mutually beneficial. They're getting the service, and then we're also getting our product out there to customers who have skin issues.
I love that. I mean, that on the product note, right? Let's jump back. I know you talked about it a bit, Carrie, on difference between dry shampoo and showerless shampoo. And as an avid user of dry shampoo, I'm curious to know even how you're communicating that to customers, but also how you're communicating that even at the retail level for them to make that buying decision.
Yeah, this is definitely one of our biggest challenges as a brand that I think that we're continually getting better about explaining. But dry shampoo, as most of us know, traditionally there are some newer or more natural products that have been around for a while that may come in a powder form, like a baby powder, or I've even seen some bars and some other exciting new products. But traditional, I would say 95% of the dry shampoos that we're seeing in salons and drugstores and at other retailers, they're aerosol. They're often powder based. And so something that was counterintuitive during our development process was, if you're trying to get the dirt out of your hair, why are you adding more stuff to your hair? And as a brand, I always struggled with even the ones that, have very little to no residue. There still was a dullness. I could still tell something was in my hair. And I often found with dry shampoo, there's some great ones out there. But my typical result was like, it would look really good for the first half of the day and then kind of get pasty or piecey and start to separate by the end of the day. So that was how we wanted to differentiate our product. And how showerless shampoo works is it is a wet formula, and most of sweat is water. So you're adding a wet formula to your hair that's already a little bit wet. And then the way that the formula interacts with your hair allows for, during a towel dry process, you're actually removing the dirt. So that's good enough. You can let it air dry from there, but for the most finished look and for the best tactile experience in your hair, just finishing with a very quick blow dry really gives the best result. So rather than coming out of the shower with sopping wet hair, starting the whole blowout thing, or, if you have the hot tools now that you can just brush through, you're really doing a blow dry in like 2 minutes, as opposed to, for most of us at a minimum, it's going to take 10. So that's really kind of the difference in how they work, and actually getting that marketing message across as I'm taking recommendations for how to communicate that. No, I'm just kidding. But really, we were trying to get a bite size, little sound bite of how that works. And we were saying dry shampoo alternative. And we still do have to use that verbiage when, you're having your 15-second Instagram story. But we are, finding that longer form communication, whether it's a YouTube video, a tutorial that's linked on our website. We're trying to kind of develop those forms of marketing a little bit more, because we used to be a little bit afraid of, like, we don't want people to have to figure this out. But we're finding that if we're taking a little bit of extra time, we're actually winding up with people that are using the product better. So it's saving us time in the end, because we're not having to answer questions. And then people, are more excited and more understanding of the product. So everyone's kind of getting better results, the customers, our sales, because there's also people that come to the site and they think it's the same as dry shampoo with a different name, or they're not sure about it, so they move on. So I think it's, we're so used to, like, you have to get it across quick, you have 2 seconds, and we're really going the other way on that. And I'll let you know if it works.
That's awesome. And switching gears, actually, because something that's come up as a theme is developing incredible partnerships. Danny, you sit so beautifully across all of, skincare, hair care, retail, but you have an app. I'd love to know how having your salon, like, retail footprint is shaping the product itself, is shaping the app, and even some of the relationships and how you think about partnerships.
I mean, just as simple as being there all the time, being able to experience it firsthand, what the spa estheticians, what we're feeling as pain points, is crucial. And then also, it's not too shabby that I get to oftentimes feel like what the client feels like, going through that experience. I have a lot of relationships already with skincare brands just organically by having a spa. I get to talk to a lot of different brands anyways. And then also clients, I get to just talk their ears off and ask them questions to kind of gain knowledge about if I'm on the right track or if I need to stray a little bit.
That's great. Having that feedback loop is so important, right? And I think I've heard that a ton of different times. That's what informs everything. And it really is about serving that community. And speaking of community, mission is really important. So I actually want to spend some time talking about that. Christy, you mentioned some of the partnerships you have with Unite Her, Turning Green. Can we talk about those and any other partnerships your team is passionate about?
Yeah, absolutely. Unite for Her is a not-for-profit that we've engaged with for the last, 6, maybe 7 years. And they basically are there to enrich the health and well-being of those that have been diagnosed with breast and ovarian cancers for life. And that they do that through funding and delivering integrative therapies. Currently at Acure, we give back 10 cents from the sale of every brightening day cream and brightening night cream to support Unite for Her's efforts. So it's near and dear to us. Our founder, Christy Guerra, her grandmother passed away from breast cancer previous to creating the brand, and that was very near and dear to her. And most of us have been touched by those that have been affected in some way, shape, or form by cancer. So We also give back to them throughout the year by donating products for some of their platforms that they use. And then in addition to that, we are strong supporters of Turning Green, which used to be called Teens Turning Green, but those team members there that run Turning Green have all grown into adults because it's been around for several years. And Turning Green is a global student-led movement devoted to cultivating a healthy, just and thriving planet through education and advocacy around environmentally sustainable and socially responsible choices. So they assist in educating, empowering, and mobilizing global networks of elementary, middle, high school, college, and graduate students to become visionary catalysts for sustainable change in their lives, school campuses, local communities. So they participate in a Conscious College tour throughout the year, and we do annual donations back to them to support their efforts.
That's gorgeous, by the way. And just to stay on that, I mean, is there anyone else here that, you know, Leanna, especially, I'm sure some of that just resonated given your journey. I'd love to hear, you know, from any one of you that I didn't direct that question to, if there is something more mission driven that you have really taken a, you know, stance on that is giving back to your community.
I mean, with Tooktake, since we first started, we really worked a lot with local pharmacists when we were first starting. And we found out that, and there's a huge percentage of the population that also really can't afford their medications. They can barely pay their copays. So asking them to pay $5 for 4 Tooktake labels really is a stretch for them. But we want, if those people know they need help, we want to be able to help them. So we've been working through local pharmacies and community pharmacies in underserved areas to make sure they have the product to give to people, especially, like I said, the antibiotic label. The pharmacists give it to parents who they know they've already got a lot going on and they're going to have trouble remembering to give the medication to their kids. So that's something we do. We don't talk about it a ton, but we want to acknowledge that we want to help everybody, even the people who can't afford Tooktake.
That's gorgeous. All right, let's move on because we only have about 8 minutes here and I'm seeing Jason and a couple other of our next panelists jump in. So looking forward, obviously we've come from a crazy year. So what are you know, on the path forward, what are some things you've done to ensure this year will be really strong for your brand? Danny, would love to start with you.
And just tons of networking, getting out of my comfort zone. I mean, doing things like this, Founder Made, I never thought I would do it, but here I am. Just really honestly, just getting the messaging, talking to people as much as possible. And again, just, yeah, connecting as much as I possibly can.
Definitely. And by the way, there's people asking where they can download the app too. So very excited. Definitely network with Danny and vice versa, all of you guys. You know, switching over, Christy, same thing for you.
You know, the pandemic has definitely put some restrictions in the way that we've traditionally done business in the past. So I think that, you know, we tried to, you know, pivot as much as we possibly can, as graceful as we can. At times doesn't look pretty, but we're taking strides and making inroads in expanding our manufacturing and our raw materials suppliers and things like that, so that we have more resources to be able to sustain our growth as well as our inventory needs. So I think the primary thing is just learning, you know, how to respond and how to act differently in the midst of all this change. And it's definitely been trying at times, but we're getting lined up as far as our inventory stability, et cetera. So I think that's going to be our hugest initiative this year, is to be able to have goods to ship.
And Leanna, same thing for you. I mean, obviously you have a couple products, so I'd love to hear what this year looking out will be for you.
Oh, we're super excited about this year. And I'm kind of like Danny, this is my first event. And my goal has been to really reach out and tell everybody about Tooktake and let people know that it exists. But now that the pandemic's lightening up, and we've been in Los Angeles, and we just opened up last week here. So we've really been stuck inside for a year. So I'm so excited to get out, tell people about Tooktake, and really get into retail, make Tooktake available to everybody. I think it needs to be on counters everywhere, and not just in the expected places, not just in pharmacies and drugstores, but in places, you know, like Anthropologie, Madewell, like places where young people go to buy things, and they're already trying to take care of themselves, looking good, you know, in beauty places like Sephora. I think we'd be great, just help people do all kinds of wellness things. So I'm super excited about our possibilities for this year.
That is awesome. So, focusing, like, obviously this is this year, going big vision, right? What is the big vision for your brand? Where do you hope to see your brand, and what do you hope to achieve long term? Danny, let's give that question to you.
I mean, I just want to be as, sticky as possible on everyone's mind. I want to be vital and essential as basically for any clients to be empowered to do their skincare routine. They feel like they have to have Skinforyou on their phone. Same goes for estheticians. I just want everyone to feel like this is something that helps them feel better and connect better. So really the sky's the limit, honestly.
And same thing for you, Christy. I mean, would love to hear, obviously Acure, you've done such a great job, you and especially in the sales seat, but what is the big vision for Acure?
With the beauty landscape in current times being extremely competitive, and one especially in the clean beauty arena as it grows, I think our vision is to continue to evolve as a brand, taking steps to make better for you clean beauty products while maintaining a strong commitment to sustainability. And I think the sustainability piece is really key to be talking about at this point. As it's our most meaningful initiative, such as our commitment to plastic neutrality. Acure is, proud to be working to meet the needs of the circular economy in 2021 and beyond, and our effort to continually meet the needs and concerns of our consumers, as well as a changing market. We currently have a goal of becoming plastic neutral by Q4 of 2021. In addition to this, we also plan to continue to increase our offerings of plastic-free and zero waste products by 2022. And our packaging currently is 100% recyclable, comprised of recycled materials and FSA certified. One of our strongest initiatives yet, which we actually created during the pandemic, was our partnership with TerraCycle, who we partnered with in 2020. So we're super excited about that initiative.
And I'm so glad you, by the way, mentioned that. We're going to be talking, there's some other brands that are really taking a stance on sustainability. So I'm so glad to hear that. Aura, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we also are kind of just doing more of the same. We're seeing such great growth and we're really excited. I just kind of want to be in everyone's homes. We're a great household item. Each of my kids has a salve, just in case, and they use it very regularly. I feel like we are a household item. And I'm, just growing, just doing more of the same. What we're doing seems to be working. So it's fun.
That's awesome. And just to get into something a little bit more personal, what motivates you? Aura, let's have you jump into that same question. I'd love to hear.
It really, when we get an email or a call from someone who just talks about who like they couldn't find anything that worked for them, and then our product works for them, and like it's not about the product, it's about empowering choices, people making conscious choices and learning that they can speak with their dollar, they can help heal the world with their dollar, and also, find a product that works for them. Like when we can find that magic combination, it's really just so rewarding. That's why I do it. It really is.
Asa, same thing for you.
Coming from mechanical engineering, I think for me, it's waking up and being really excited to go to the office and work, and then kind of on the back end knowing that we donate some of our profits to our nonprofit partners, and being able to do that and help someone. And then also kind of pushing this green packaging manufacturing in the USA and really bugging all of our manufacturers to go more green. So it's just kind of these larger scale things behind the scenes too, that if you don't have a vehicle to make money or influence manufacturers, you don't really kind of get to play with. So it's doing all those behind the scenes things as well.
That's awesome. And before we go, because we only have one more minute here, Danny, can you tell us where we can download your app? I'm very excited to try.
Yeah, we launched in April. So if anyone, estheticians, spas, skincare brands, or clients, just text skincare to 33777, and then I'll connect with you and let you know all the updates and when we go live.
That is awesome. All right, ladies, unfortunately, we are out of time, and I see all of our panelists here, which I'm really excited about. Thank you so much for bringing all your stories, your authentic answers, your authentic selves. There's obviously this chat continues to go off, so please jump in there, and I'm seeing your team's answer. Thank you, and please stick around.